Hello team, this is a quick one here, an update from Greg Terry from the Greg Terry Experience, who's presently in Ukraine. I'll be visiting him at some point in the future, and he is giving his update on what has taken place today in terms of how he's doing, what is going on in terms of the charity work that his team is putting together and delivering to the front lines. Some really good news. He's making great contacts out there, continuing to do so because he already has a good deal of them. Just a really great little update that I said, look, mate, there's no point this staying on WhatsApp. And actually, I think maybe Prof. Gerdes has shared it on his channel. I said, let's get this out there because this is great stuff. So this one is for you guys interested in what's going on in terms of Greg's charitable activities.
Super. Hey guys, just checking in really quickly here because Dr. Gerdes gave me a buzz and says, hey man, you're on the aggressive rest mode, so please do not make a video tonight because you're getting ready to do that whole run again and we need you healthy. So he did ask me, he says, can you just give a quick update and I'll do it on my channel in regard to what's been unfolding during the aggressive rest period. So as you can see, first of all, I have got an aggressive rest haircut. So I went to the military barbershop today, got the military do ready to go. I'm drinking on some aggressively resting tea. That's good. Now, as far as what all of us are accomplishing together, here's what I can tell you. Remember, we are helping with batteries for communication systems. The first guys down south in a very difficult position, and the cranky guys. So we have already purchased the two. They've already been sent to Crinky, and the soldiers have tested them, and they work perfectly. So now, all of us together buying more batteries so that they can stay in communication. Those guys are special because when they go to position, they're on position for 5 days. So very, very important there. Now, and they're not the only ones. Other positions may be 72, 48, or up to 5 days, depending on where they're at. So that's pretty much how it is in the front line. So additionally, some of the mainline stretchers that were needed and requested, we have already purchased and they are en route to us here in our base city. I'll be showing you pictures and videos of those tomorrow. Sleds for evacuation for evacuating wounded through the snow, purchased. And we will be loading those up. Additionally, metal detectors are ordered. Thank you guys for being a part of that. And to tag onto the metal detectors, I was on Twitter last night, and I do not live on Twitter. In fact, I do not like Twitter, but there are a few people here in Ukraine I communicate with via Twitter. And I saw this tweet, and I don't have permission to say his name, or I would. He's a volunteer out of Great Britain who is actually a professional deminer. And he trains Ukrainian military for demining. So he had put this little post up and I happened to see it, I guess. I don't know why, but I'm glad I did. And there is this tool that he was recommending or trying to raise money to help purchase that when guys are en route, for example, and they come upon a mine with the metal detectors we're purchasing, then sometimes they need a way to undo that mine. And this is a little portable unit, and it's called a DZM-1. It's not expensive at all. That if it's a certain kind of mine, it can actually be flipped over and deactivated. So I communicated with him last night. He reached back out to me today. He'll be coming back into Ukraine, but he gave me the information, and we will be communicating with Kyiv in the morning on purchasing some of those. So what I think is really cool is when we take a metal detector to a unit, additionally, we can also provide them with the capability to remove certain mines. So all cool there. Additionally, on the aggressively resting day, worked with Johnny today. His train tickets are purchased. He's coming to Ukraine sometime in the future next month. Additionally, today, while aggressively resting, met with a high-ranking Ukrainian military commander, not just the commander, I'm talking way up there in Kyiv, who was here in my city, and then I will meet with him again in Kyiv in a couple of days. But he is so pumped with what all of you guys are doing around the world in supporting Ukraine, that he is going to open up to us with all the special permissions, everything we need to get to the most needed areas on the zero line. I mean, he's just so pumped up that you guys around the world are buying medical supplies and metal detectors and all these things. He just couldn't believe it. He says, Greg, wide open. I'm going to connect you with the most important places. And he talks about some of the positions, as we already know, the guys have nothing. Additionally, I talked today while aggressively resting to our battalion that we all are adopting. They're pumped. They're still training. And I communicated with their commander, Andrew, who you've seen in a previous video. And he's so excited. He and his guys have subscribed to my channel and he's watching every day. He sees your guys' chats in the comment. Like I told you guys, when I'm live or whatever, please always put where you're from. They're watching and they're reading later. So it's very, very cool. He said, thank you. And he looks forward to us connecting. And finally, amazing news today. Jania called me earlier and says, man, we were cleared. Remember, the air shipment is on the way. He goes, we were cleared, not for it just to come to Warsaw and we have to deal with it, or Lviv and we have to deal with it. He says, but Greg, as we had hoped for, it's coming all the way to Khmelnytsky, and I believe they're going to unload it into our warehouse for us. So there you go. That's the great update. Dr. Gertis, thank you for calling. And yes, back to the tea and the aggressive rest. Appreciate you all. See you tomorrow night on Alive.